Oh yeah, she got the article. So yeah, we'll just start there.
Okay.
So it will affect, and it hasn't affected anything yet. It's just, it hasn't affected us yet, I should say. Other states have been cutting programs like left and right, but Oregon so far, I know that they sent some IMLS employees home, but the funding has not been cut yet. And the funding would affect us in regards to our interlibrary loans,
Which is huge.
Huge. The funding for the courier service to make that happen, we wouldn't be able to do that anymore because we can't afford to pay for or budget for courier fees. They would be too much. So yeah, but good news is we had an emergency Sage User Council session on April 7th, and Roundhouse Foundation, a representative was present, and a representative from Orbis who takes care of the courier.
What's the name of that organization?
Orbis.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like Orbis Cascade officially. They were both present along with the state librarian, Wendy Corneliuson. I always say her last name wrong. Really nice lady. They were all there, and Roundhouse and Orbis both said that they could help us with funding to at least get through the year, essentially. So right now, we would have enough to get us through, how much is that? 6 more months. And then after that, we would need $80,000.
With their help?
No, that's just our budget, Sage User Council. So we would have enough to get through, I believe I want to say it's September. And then after that, we would need 80,000 more after that. But Roundhouse and Orbis did say they have funding that they would be able to help us. I don't know if it would be the entire or not, but we have all agreed that we would fundraise what we needed.
And 80,000 for the whole state?
Through.
For the whole state? Is that the
This is just for our Sage.
Oh, just for
system.
Sage. Ooh,
yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, so everyone else is kind of on their own if they're not in our.
So the 80,000 would finish out the year?
Yes.
Okay.
For all of the libraries in the Sage system?
Yes.
Just the Sage system?
Yes. So,
Can you back up and
yeah.
explain, like, who funds it currently? Is it a combination of both federal and
all
state?
of the libraries that are a part of Sage, our consortium of libraries, which I want to say it's like 70, it's spread out over several counties. So, you know, the Dalles, Umatilla County, Baker County, Wallowa County, Grant County, we're all a part of it. So that's how we share our resources. We share our library software. So you have to pay a certain amount to be a part of it every year. And courier fees are included in that. So the Sage User Council has members that meet every other month to kind of go over budget, you know, what's being done, you know, in different committees.
So it sounds like the federal government has been paying a portion of that, and now we're looking at that portion.
So it's the
being taken away.
Institute of Museum and Libraries Services Sciences. It should say it in there what it stands for. IMLS. So we get help through them. That is, so our fiscal agent, there's so many different, like, it gets confusing. Leo, Libraries of Eastern Oregon, is going to be our fiscal agent in the fundraising efforts. So, but this all sounds really promising, but we don't want to do this every year. Like, so we'll have to if we do get the cuts, if the cuts do happen, we'll have to come up with something after that. But it is nice to know that we have some time, you know, to make a plan. Because interlibrary loans are huge. I mean, if you
Oh,
look
yeah.
at the statistics,
Yeah.
I mean, it's around 1,000 every month.
Yeah, 1121.
Yeah, we do receive in more than we send out because we have age hold protection on our new items. Other libraries choose not to, so that's why we don't send out as much as we get in, because we like to give our patrons 3
What
months
you paid
to
for.
have, you know. But other libraries, yeah, which is great because, you know, obviously our patrons enjoy getting them in. So it's a big situation, but Perry Stokes with Baker County has been awesome as usual and on it and coming up with all the numbers. So other than the interlibrary loans, we would also, it's more for school libraries. They would lose access to OSLIS. It's kind of an educational online resources database. What else? Let's see. I mean, the main thing is the career. What is this statistic they have? The Sage Library's courier system of Eastern Oregon, which transported 91,582 items across 15 rural counties in Eastern Oregon in fiscal year 24 alone. So, yeah.
That's pretty much all the Eastern Oregon counties, isn't it?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And we're talking distances here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're Eastern
Yeah.
Oregon, so.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not just one courier service. We have like these, you know, little hubs everywhere. You know, someone takes it so far, another.
Oh, kind of
So-
like the Pony Express. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Are these,
So yeah, these are I can pass that around. It's
Are
kinda
these
messy, but those are the
volunteers?
couriers.
are they
sites.
volunteers or couriers or are
They do get paid. I mean,
Yeah.
this is, yeah. So this is, we're looking at option 3, because the first 2 options we discussed, it would come out of our individual budgets, which we can't ever, we can't, you know, ask the smaller libraries or ours, because I didn't budget for this, so, you know. Yeah, and last I heard, it has not, you know, they haven't cut it. They haven't cut the funding. They're still looking at it and, you know, making judgment calls.
So unfortunately though, it's in the midst of all the cuts going on right now at the federal level, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know which department the museum and library would be under? Is it under education or interior or what?
I'll let you pass that.
INLS.
Yeah. I mean, who's the
Or is
big-
it its own group?
Well, it's got to be under some
An umbrella.
let me
major,
look that for you.
division of.
It's Independent Agency of the United States Federal Government, established in 96.
Okay.
So it is an independent. Okay, so it's not under any big umbrella.
Independent federal agency that supports libraries, archives, and museums in all 50 states and U.S. territories.
Is that good or bad as far as restoring? I mean, does that mean we'll have fewer advocates, or
I don't
you know
know.
what I mean?
There's a lot of people, I mean, I think there's a lot of people in support.
Oh.
I'm trying to think, see if
You
they
wanna
have
see
an
that?
update on their website.
Sorry, I mean to throw it underneath.
I don't have the latest update. Maybe because we can't be
Working anymore?
working right now, sadly. Anyway, it's good to know that we're all like on board and, you know, looking at it already.
And one thing I was
Looks like
thinking,
that is the latest.
anticipating these kind of
Mhm.
potential cuts, and this might not be the only thing in the pipeline, is perhaps at the conferences that libraries do, there'll be some brainstorming as to
Yeah,
how,
yeah.
and networking,
Mhm.
so you
And
guys
Mackenzie is going to attend the Oregon Library Conference in Eugene next week. So I'm sure they'll have, lots to talk about there. And I know that they're meeting, they have like a meeting during that time. I'm attending the state meeting, I think it's next Thursday or Friday via Zoom, just to kind of see
If
what
I'm
we talk about.
reading this correctly, between the ESD, which I assume gets
Is that
to the area,
the sheet? Is that,
and then
oh,
we
yeah.
are EOU, La Grande Union.
Yeah,
I mean,
EOU is our hub, so we have a lady that takes stuff up there, takes our stuff back.
but you
does
gotta,
Union County.
but you gotta get it to the ESD, right? As a drop site.
I'm
So that
not
means
sure
we
where it
would
goes
be on
under.
the hook for about 15,000
Oh, yeah.
to fund. Is that correct? Am I?
Yeah.
You have to put those two together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the city have any, I mean, the city could pick up something now. Okay, well, that's a question, and an answer,
No,
I got it.
It's a good question.
You said no.
I brought it up, but,
They probably are getting hit in other ways.
We're knee deep in budget right now, finalizing it. Budget hearings are, May 12th through when they get done, 12th and 13th typically in the community room. But they're pretty much finalized.
Will
So-
you,
Good question though.
the funding to keep the doors open and the staff and everything, is that fairly solid locally?
Yeah.
So it's mostly
I mean, I should say for
for
the
this
grant.
facility,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I feel secure in our facility, our budget.
okay.
We're good. It's
Okay.
just gonna be interlibrary loans.
Okay.
Basically.
So that's
And we do pay for our, hoopla, canopy. I don't know if it will affect Libby as well.
okay.
But that could be a possibility because we do, that is funded in part through, Leo. And so we'll see about that. I'm not sure. But at least we have hoopla and canopy.
Okay.
And we could always put a little bit more into there, for ebooks and audiobooks to cover that for, until we can budget for Libby on our own or something. But yeah, so mainly it's the interlibrary loans for us.
Wow.
So we'll see. I think we'll find out more and I'll let you guys know what happens at the state board meeting next week. Yeah.
The message I heard on a completely separate issue is that the state of Oregon, with their budget, was not prepared to backfill the federal cuts. Have you heard similar?
I haven't.
That
no.
they didn't have the resources in their budget to backfill?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't.
Makes
I mean,
sense, because they have to
Yeah.
gotta
plan
plan
so
ahead.
far in advance, and
And that was on a separate issue. I don't know where they will stand on this.
are planning now, though,
Mhm.
for next year.
I mean, I wasn't entirely surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. But I will let you know after the meeting next week if there's anything new, or if there's, you might see it too. I'm sure there'll be more articles and things of that nature. So we started with the bad news. Now we can just go on to the good news, right? We are, you probably know, we're actively in the process of looking for a new city manager and fire chief. So the applications are out
Those are
there
two
open.
positions, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
I
combined
didn't
position
hear
will
the
not be-
slash, yeah.
So that's in the works. I gave you guys the budget That's kind of my finalized wish list, which I didn't really request for that much more this year. Just a little bump in books because they always go up, and then building and maintenance fees. I'd like to probably start replacing the carpet in the community room, and this room we're just gonna rip up the carpet and put in something that we can make messy and clean up easy.
Yeah.
Because this carpet's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get a lot of use from the public, so it can kind of wait a little bit. But yeah, I'm just gonna get estimates on different sections because we won't be able to do it all at once. That would be too much, I would think.
I have a question about buying books.
Yeah.
Is the library, what percentage of the cover price of a book does the library pay?
So we use, most libraries and bookstores use Ingram. So typically we get a 40% discount. But a lot of the books, yeah, like I don't buy the hardcover large print anymore because they're just ridiculous.
Mhm.
They'll be like $58.95 to start.
Yeah.
And plus they're heavy, and like I'm just only getting paperbacks now that are lighter, and it just makes
So you
more
have
sense to me.
you have to wait, right, for a paperback to come out?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
a lot of times lately, they're coming out at the same time, and a lot of times I just get the hardcover regular print and then paperback large print if it's like a popular
Oh.
title and I know people will all want to read. I don't mind large print either.
I just was curious. Yeah.
But we do typically on Ingram, unless it's for some reason not,
Yeah,
we get the 40%
that's good.
discount.
Good
So
question.
yeah, it's great. I mean,
Yeah, well, no, that's fine. I just,
Yeah.
especially
yeah.
book down.
You know.
30,
And I
25,
do,
come on.
we kind of like change it every once in a while, but I do have like a set, like, you know, the children's side can get $600 worth a month, and then teens are $700 or $800. I typically spend probably around $2,000 for adult. They are more expensive as you,
Sure, yeah.
children, teen, adult, they're more expensive. But, yeah,
Okay.
it's nice getting that discount though. And I try to only get items through Ingram if it's something that like I'm hearing a lot about that's only available on Amazon, then I'll go ahead and get it. But I try not to.
They don't have a commercial price there ever.
We have a business account with Amazon, but no. I mean, it's not that big of a difference most of the time, but I just prefer to get it through Ingram. They're pretty good to work with. And they come pretty quickly too.
The periodicals I see has gone way down, and that
Yes.
is per your earlier discussion.
Yeah,
Okay.
because now we don't. Hopefully we'll keep getting Libby. But magazines are included in the Libby app. And we just don't get a lot of people checking out magazines anymore, so I have been cutting them back. I checked how many times they're circulating.
Mm-hmm.
I've been slowly weeding them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are going only to digital.
Yeah.
Or you have to order direct, and that gets messy. I just want to order through one. We've done that in the past, and it's been so messy. So it's nice to be able to order just through one vendor. But yeah, I've been, and like I said, the Wall Street Journal is almost $1,000 a year now. So just.
That's daily, isn't it?
Is it daily or is it?
I
I think it
I
is.
think it is,
I
yeah.
think it is. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So.
Are you still getting it?
No, I
No.
chose not to anymore because that's just crazy.
Yeah.
If we, I know in the past we have had like a couple people like donate it, and I'm like, have at it if you want to spend $1,000 to have us have it. That's great, but no, I just, But we get all the others, the local papers. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Anything else in the budget? Any other questions?
Well, I just I'm
There's a lot
naive
of
here.
strange lines.
Telephone, fax, internet,
Mhm.
7,200.
Yes, so that
What?
includes Ziply, like our Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that, they can charge you quite a bit, I'll bet, because you
Yeah.
must have to have major bandwidth, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We obviously don't have a fax, they just include that in there.
Yeah.
Who does your computer system maintenance and repair? Local? Or?
That is Shavs Consulting. I believe they're out of Baker.
Oh,
They
okay.
actually have, we have the little IT office that used to be the inner archives room,
Oh.
just on the other side of the desk.
Mm-hmm.
They've turned that into their little office space.
Okay.
It's been great to have actual IT,
I thought
city
Ryan,
IT.
or, Ryan? No, not
Oh,
Ryan.
they contract for the whole city.
Yes, so they take
Oh,
care of the entire
oh.
city.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
so-
Oh, and that's where they're living.
Yes. Yeah. So
Well,
we
that's
can submit a
convenient.
help ticket and they will, resolve the issue. Right now, they're working on new servers. It's been a rocky start because they've had to build on what we were lacking, basically. So they're trying to fix to get us back where we should be. So there's a whole bunch of servers and switches and all sorts of stuff I don't understand, but they're working hard to get us where we need to be. So
Did they just start in the past year?
this will be our second year. This has been our first year with them. But yeah, they're great. Noah's in there and he's great to have on hand. Yeah. We try not to take advantage of the fact that they're right there. Like,
Can imagine.
But it has been great. I don't know if you were over on the kids side, but our family workstation has been completed. They are finishing up the computer to be installed on it. So the family workstation we got through a grant provided by Sir Optimist, their community benefit scholarship. So it is essentially a desk with a computer, a little playpen where they can wrangle their kids with toys while they do some work, get things done.
Wow.
If they're too big to be in the playpen, at least they're on the kids' side and they can, still see their children and they can, be over there.
So is that gonna have reservations to you?
So we're gonna have, we'll have like a ticketing system, I think, because we don't want just anybody to hop on and we don't want the kids to like mess on it.
Yeah.
So they'll come up to the front desk and request a passcode to get on it. I'm not gonna have a time limit because, I don't want to kick somebody off, they've been working so hard. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about it. I think it's a cool thing. So you'll have to, take a look at it though, because Jeremy is like our maintenance person. He's also like a master, woodworker. He's just, it's really pretty. Like, I hope it doesn't get scratched. I'm sure it will, but so that's over there. We just have a free for all for the seeds now. We're over checking them out, so you can go look over there and take some. That's been going really well.
Do you guys buy them or are they?
Miller's actually just donated some, and then the others were donated. I can't remember the company, Rosewood now. They donated some, and then some we just purchased on Amazon. You can get bulk seeds. You can just type in bulk on Amazon, and you can find so many things.
Great.
So that's been good. I don't know if some of you made it to the Poet Laureate. Ellen Waterston was here on March 18. I was out of town, so I didn't get to make it. It was sad. Yeah, but I heard it went well. She's our new Poet Laureate. Let's see. I think I gave you a May program calendar. We have Amelia Ettinger is going to come and do a little talk during the birding time of year. So she's going to do some poetry, bird poetry, and we always like having Amelia here. She's great to have in town. But there's different programs coming up. Everyone's free comic book day is coming up in May.
Which means what?
So I don't know the name of the store. Celine's not here today. That's why I have these programming staff. They take care of everything. I think they're out of Boise area. As long as it's like a nationwide thing, Comic Book Day. So if stores are interested in participating, they will give you free comic books to give away.
Oh.
So Baker County Library, we both use the same store. So Perry from Baker will pick them up and we'll get them over here. So it's just kind of until they're gone while supplies last, free comic books for all ages.
On that day.
Yeah. It's a Saturday. So, and this is our second year doing that. So, and it was very big success. And if we did have leftover comic books, we gave them away. It was actually more popular than candy at the trick or treat, downtown trick or treating. We had the rest of them on the table, and they were like, ah. So we got the rest of them given away. What else do we have? I'm trying to remember. Our book clubs are doing great. We have 2 of them now, and then Mackenzie started an in-betweeners kind of book club, the in-between age where they're not young but they're not teen yet, so they meet and talk and do crafts and
What age
have
was that?
snacks.
No, it's the part.
9 to 12.
9 to 12.
Yeah, so it's that little in-between age. Yeah, we still have the EOU Community Writing Center in here every Wednesday. A couple EOU students will help you with writing, papers, resumes, what have you. So it's fun to have them here.
Is that pretty regularly used?
A couple people, and if nobody shows up, they can get homework done. And so it's a kind of a win-win, for both of us. If you haven't made it up to Bernie Park, the story walk is open up there. It's a great spot.
Last time I was there, it wasn't up yet.
Oh
so.
yeah.
I mean,
they were
posts
there,
were
but
there,
they
yeah.
weren't inserted yet.
Yeah.
So, we have our volunteers doing both parks now. They were fine with doing both. So, that's been great to have them do that. Let's see. I did get all the rest of the panels for the acoustic panels for the community room. Jeremy just hasn't had time to put them up. He just had his 3rd child. So he's been off this whole month. So he'll be back at the end of the month. Just a little busy. So he'll get those installed, and I think that'll help a lot with the acoustics in there. Let's see.
Do you get any income from that room?
It's not enough to really, we do, but it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Like $40.
Yeah. Compared to the rest of the revenue in the city.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's $25 per use, unless it's a private birthday party or baby shower, which we do get occasionally. It's $150. But typically it's just meetings, local agencies using it for meeting, training. RISE uses it a lot. FedEx does some trainings in it.
Repair Cafe.
Repair Cafe is free. We don't
there you
charge
go.
them because we collaborate with them. But yeah, if it's a collaboration, then we will work that out. But yeah, it's not enough to really,
League
Your
of
revenues.
League of Women Voters go in there.
pay for the courier service, if you
yeah,
will.
yeah.
Yeah, like League of Women.
We
I
would
think
use it.
They're using it this weekend, maybe.
Does the courier service have its own vehicles, or do people use their
I
own?
don't know if she uses her own vehicle or not. I'm not sure. She comes before we're here in the dark, and we hardly ever see her. She's great though.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll definitely keep you guys in touch with that though. What else?
Is there anything we can do proactive on that, or is it just
I
wait
think-
and see?
I mean, if you want to sign a petition, I know that there's some out there. There's some listed on that sheet. I know that they had.
I don't see anything here for a petition. I would be happy to sign a petition.
Who are you petitioning?
To restore the funding.
I know, but who are
If
you?
you
Probably,
go
you're right,
to- I
Elon.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to every library, go to everylibrary.org. they have something there, I think. They kind of have things that you can, you know, engage with state legislators,
Okay.
lists like that. And I think they'll probably have most of the updates on it,
Okay.
actually. I know that there was a lawsuit filed by 21 states challenging the cutting of the IMLS. So there's a lawsuit out there.
Okay,
in court.
okay, that helps.
But yeah, every library is really good about
Okay.
just support in general. So I know that they have stuff. If you want to take a look at that. Yeah. That's really the exciting news. Statistics were great last month. We had over 10,000 circulating items, which we haven't had for a while. We've been staying kind of 8,000-ish area. So if that's any indication, it's not even summer yet, so I'm hoping that that means we get, you know, more. But we're still getting like 5,000 plus people in here every month too. And our new card holders is staying steady. I think we had like 80 something last month.
Yeah, 85.
Yeah.
Have you had any more run-ins with people who don't like your books?
No?
I mean, you have a great policy with that.
Yeah, and
But I'm just
we-
curious how many, if any.
No, we've been lucky enough that we haven't had issues or problems. And if we do, then I can usually just talk to them. And,
No, I'm just curious if anyone can, I mean,
Mhm.
not just Howell and Daniel, but
yeah.
if nobody, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Knock on wood. There it is. What else? Do you guys have any other questions? Rose was gonna come in and give.
Oh, I don't know. It seemed like last meeting you might have said there might have been a change coming up on the museum passes, like adding.
Oh, so it is handled. I do want to push that more, and I don't know how. I kind of want to put like a sign in the middle of the aisles where you have to like walk around it. Maybe you'll see it. It's called Discover and Go, and it's online. So you don't have to, you know, come in here. If you're on a trip, you can, you know, access it still. I know currently they do have like OMSI, the Portland Japanese Garden, Children's Museum of Pendleton,
Stonehenge?
Temestalik.
And then,
Yeah.
honestly, I was surprised that OMSI, I think, was on there.
Yeah, OMSI, yeah.
Yeah, in Portland. And
So you can use each one once a year. And it can be, you know, you can use a different card if you have multiple in your family too. Let me see. who else
One
is
per
there.
place per year.
So you can only go to OMSI once a year.
But
Right,
you can take your
could
family.
go to another
Yes,
place.
yeah. And you can they each have their own like kind of instructions on how many people.
then the state parks, I was surprised at that. Is
Yeah.
that
That's
being
right.
One
Yeah.
visit
That's what I was.
of one park,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I
let me
mean, I was
see.
surprised that it was even on there. I can see such and such museum or
Mhm.
something, but the state parks, and you just want to go for a couple of hours, and they're really quite expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really
They're
are.
nice.
Especially if you just want to park and use the bathroom and then carry on.
I have,
Exactly.
They're
I
spending.
have had a conversation with someone who said,
Yeah.
how will I need to do that?
Right.
I'm not going to pay. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I won't go on.
So
I'm with you
Columbia Gorge Museum, Fort Dallas Museum, the Anderson Homestead, Heritage Station Museum, High Desert Museum, Maryhill, OMSI,
That's the one.
the State
Yeah,
Parks,
Maryhill,
Park
yeah.
Units, Japanese Garden, Temestalik, the Children's Museum of Pendleton is getting added back. I told them about Olau County Museum. They are, I think Perry's talking to the Interpretive Center to see if they
Oh, the one in
are
Baker.
interested.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, if you guys have any ideas of people we can reach out to or other places.
Did you say previously it was like in
We-
check like the
Yes.
So I
We
think,
had our own, I paid for my own passes previously. So I would give like the library $100 a year to have a pass for our patrons. This is funded through Leo now. So they're providing it to all of us,
well,
libraries.
I was just thinking, for, not everyone's gonna, like you say, it's hard to sort of get the word out, but
Mhm.
if people were previously discovering it just by going through the library of things
Yeah.
cards, maybe just make a card again.
We
but
do
just
have, we have one now and it has like a QR code.
Yes,
Um,
okay.
So we're
Oh,
hoping
you guys
that,
are
and then we're gonna put one like a couple, in the middle aisle.
Okay.
Because I think with summer, there will be more interest again. We've had like one or two people checking something out every month. So, and it just depends, like if you're planning a trip in that direction or, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. We did have, a board member from Leo stop by a couple days ago. James Simpson, he's the assistant director at Pendleton Public Library, stopped by and kind of let us know. And he dropped off one of those cards that they made for that. So that was perfect. We were like, oh, perfect. It's laminated and we can just have it out so people can see it more.
Great.
Yeah. Well,
I'm wondering, this is a different subject, but if you could notify us by texting besides just email for these meetings.
oh yeah. And I did, I have the rest of the year dates if you guys just want to
I do want that, but
put them
yeah,
in your phone.
I switched phones and I had a hard time getting my
Mm.
email crossed, and
Mhm.
so I think I missed the last meeting. Well,
Oh.
you canceled one.
Well,
You
I
were sick.
canceled when I was.
Did-
I've never
did you
been
make
that
it up?
sick. I couldn't even get out of bed.
Yeah. Did you make it up or?
We met was
See.
it just the
No,
next
I
week?
think it was just.
But it was just informal.
Or
It wasn't
us-
live streamed or anything. It
Yeah.
was just kind of like whoever can make it. Let's talk about what we were.
Yeah,
gonna
that
talk
would be
about.
helpful if you have it.
Yeah. So do you guys want to write that down?
Yeah.
That's something on here. So June 19th, August 21st, October 16th, and December 18th. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I can shoot you a text, Sue.
Yeah, that would
If
be
that works
helpful.
better for you. Yeah, thank you. I'm sure that's just the number on your library account, right?
But I can give it. We do want to do this. Is this thing on?
Well, we don't want to broadcast it.
I don't.
probably.
Yeah, because everybody's gonna want to call me.
Everybody.
Yeah, right.
And definitely, if you haven't already, take a look at the artwork installed right now. It's Jason Hogue who did our big art exhibit out front.
Oh yeah.
This is all like original artwork he just did to hang in here. So this is like,
Wow.
he's amazing. And he's going to bring some more art to put in the display case soon. So he's amazing. He's such a neat guy. And I think he is planning on drilling like a little tiny hole and putting something that will stand the test of time where the spots where you should be looking,
Oh.
the angles, because we
Yeah.
just had like blue masking tape before. So something, that will be
Maybe
a little
a
bit more visual to.
concrete screw or something. A colored
He's
one?
talking about like a button or,
Yeah. Okay.
some artist thing. It'll be
Ignorant question. Is
Uh-huh.
that called installation art? Is that what that is?
sure.
Is that,
I think so.
okay,
Maybe.
because I've heard of installation art and they're big pieces that are like,
I'll ask him next.
I mean, I'm asking, okay. I wondered if that was an example.
I'm not the person.
Oh, okay. Obviously neither am I. Okay.
Right? I know. I can't even draw a stick figure, and no. All I know is I love it. It's great. to
It
have
really
something
is
there.
impressive.
Yeah. I actually, now that I already got the budget done, so we'll have to wait for another fiscal year. I'm thinking about the back side of the building, where those shrubs are and just that little tiny patch of grass. I kind of want to take all of that out and make it kind of an outdoor space so we could maybe have an outdoor program out there. We don't really have a spot outside where we can,
Yeah.
and then maybe have like a table and, something a little bit more inviting, like a canopy or something.
Yeah, so,
Something outdoor
Yeah.
space where we could have like a flowers garden, something like that. But anyway, too late to think of that now. We'll wait. Everybody remember that I said this.
Okay.
I just think those shrubberies have been horrible to have anyway at a public library because there's that gap.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
something inviting.
yeah, it's not been a great space back there. And to maintain. It gets
No.
unruly and crazy. Jeremy will be thankful that he doesn't have a spot back there. So we'll see. I think it would be good to have an outdoor space.
Can you use the space between these two buildings, or
We
is that?
have in the past,
Okay.
but it just depends on the time of day because
Yeah.
you're like directly in the sun.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
like
so
even with like
on the north side might be better.
yeah, and
Oh,
we've
I didn't
done
even
like in
think
the
about the
past with
heat.
summer reading
Yeah.
program things, and it was just like horrible.
Okay.
But we have tried.
Okay. I didn't know if it was allowed, if that was considered a public space or not,
Well, we did it.
and it worked. Other than it was the weather was.
I think
okay.
it was mainly because it was in the summer, so it was super hot, and we were all just like full on in the sun and little
Okay.
kids, and it was pretty crowded too. Yeah, but anyway, in the future project, always gotta have something.
Yeah, need some shade wherever it is,
Yeah.
if it's in the summer.
Yeah, I think so. But that's a ways away. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but
Maybe somehow. Yeah.
which paper was that morning?
Whatever the LeGrand Observer
Is it?
became, is it that the Eastern Oregonian now? I think so.
They did reach out to like get a what if scenario, but we hadn't even met for the emergency meeting yet. So I was like, I'd rather not, give any insight that I don't, can't back up. So yeah.
So, as you understand, nothing is happening per se.
Right now we're okay. They haven't cut the funding right now.
Even though
They're still like looking into it,
Oh, yeah.
So
Just 'cause
it's-
they
But I think the
signed
IMLS employees got sent
on.
home.
So this is,
That's my understanding.
is this another Doge kind of cut situation?
It was an executive
Executive
order.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Between those two, that seems to be the modus operandi.
Yeah.
So as IMLS employees, are you talking about just Oregon or nationwide?
So this is everyone. So there have been other libraries that are in different states that have already been affected, that it's been cut.
So the reason we haven't been cut yet is because we're so far west they haven't got here? Or?
Yeah, right?
You know, I mean-
Why is it?
Yeah. I think it starts higher up and then it
Filters
starts
down.
filtering. Yeah.
Crazy times.
Yeah. I think, through ALA they have they talk about it too and have places that you can submit messages and stuff too, so. Their website. Yes.
May I? Is that about the library loans?
Yeah. that's right there.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated though. And I'll text Sue to read her email. Hey Sue, read your email.
Yeah. When's your next National Library Association, the big one that you go to?
So I usually go to the small one, the
Oh.
Association for Rural and Small Libraries.
Yeah.
Claire and I are going this year, and it's in Albuquerque, and it's in September.
Okay.
So yeah, next up is Mackenzie's going to OLA. She received a scholarship, that paid for, the hotel and the registration, so that
Good
was
for her.
great. Yeah, I always have my staff try for the scholarships first. I mean, it doesn't hurt, you know, and it definitely helps us. With,
Yeah.
They must come back with wonderful ideas. You guys have
They do.
wonderful
It's
programs.
a great way to like refresh, you know. Yeah,
It's kind of critical.
Mhm.
I love your programs that you run.
yeah, they do.
I'm
Great.
sure it's energizing to see what
It
other
is.
people are doing.
It is. Yeah, it's great to connect and yeah, I think it's important. Yeah. So. Yeah, we can talk later. Anyway,